Hi guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming back to another video. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to recreate this black smoky eye. I did a poll on my Instagram a couple days ago whether you guys wanted to see a smoky eye look or new drugstore products, and I kind of got half and half. So for today, I'm gonna do the black smoky eye look, and then my next video is going to be using all new drugstore, so be on the lookout for that. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoy. I use a couple different palettes for this look. I really love it. I don't do black smoky eyes often just because they do take a little bit of time, but when I do, I love it. It makes me feel like a goddess, and I hope you feel the same recreating this look. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. Please remember, stay humble, stay kind, stay home, wear your mask, and until the next one, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Toodles! Hi guys, so I did start off with my eyebrows already done, and to start off I did start with the Dark Matter eyeshadow stack from Melt Cosmetics, and I used the color Unseen as my crease color. And you'll see here that I started doing both eyes, but I later finished focusing just on one eye because I feel like that can get my technique a lot better how I want it. So yeah, I did both my eyes here, but I do transition to just focusing on one eye only. So I'm blending that Unseen eyeshadow color in the Dark Matter stack on my crease, like I mentioned. And as you guys know by now, I always like to blend my eyeshadow outwards, creating that cat eye shape. That's just kind of like the vibe that I like. And then I did take the color Blur in the same stack, eyeshadow stack, to blend a little bit of my top crease, or just to blend that crease shade a little bit better so you don't see any harsh lines. That's what I'm doing, just blending. And you'll see that with this specific look, a black smoky eye takes a lot of packing and blending. And I do give you guys some tips and tricks a little bit later in the video. And then I did take the Tarte In Bloom eyeshadow palette. I use a couple different palettes for this look guys, but you definitely use what you have, okay? So I did use the Tarte In Bloom palette from Tarte, and I used the color Rebel as my second and a bit lower crease shade, just to start darkening this out a little bit. I don't necessarily like going in just with black and a brown because I don't feel like I get a gradient that way, and I like building different shades of browns in order to get a better gradient and an overall better look. So that's what I'm doing, blending that brown called Rebel in the Bloom palette. I love this Tarte in the Bloom palette. I don't use it enough. And as you guys see on this portion of the video, I did use the Maybelline Eye Studio gel eyeliner in the blackest black color to as my base for my black eyeshadow that I'm gonna go in with next. But I didn't show you guys, I ended up switching the gel eyeliner just because that one, if you see, it was a bit dried out. It's been on my collection for a little bit, so I definitely need to get a new one. But I ended up switching it for the e.l.f. cream eyeliner in the color black, and I used that one on my other eye. But yeah, definitely you always want to apply like a sticky base if you're doing a smoky eye, because it's gonna help your black eyeshadow that you go with next to adhere to your eyes a lot better. So then I took a clean blending brush, and I'm just blending the edges of that black gel liner just to diffuse it a little bit more and make it look a lot more seamless. No harsh lines here. I always say that, so I'm sorry if you're tired of it, but it's the truth. Then I'm taking a packing brush, and I did use the Tati Beauty Volume 1 eyeshadow palette. And from that palette, I did use the color Memory in the matte form as my black eyeshadow. eyelid color. That is one of the blackest blacks that I own. And again, with a black smoky eye, you want to add color little by little, add, blend, add, continue blending. Because it, you know, with black, you don't want to go in with too much all at once, because it can take a lot longer to get it blended and just get it to look as you want. So that's why I always recommend to add little bit and blend, add little bit and blend. I feel like that's the best technique, at least for me. So yeah, I'm adding the black eyeshadow from the Tati volume palette and I'm blending. That's basically what I'm doing here, guys. And then I took that blending brush that I use the dark brown with, just to mesh the black and the dark brown together. So again, you can't see any harsh lines. And then I took my first blending brush, just blending everything together so you don't see, you know, where one color starts and the other begins. Or where should I say, where one color starts and the other ends, rather. And then I took a clean blending brush, just blending a lot more. Then I took a makeup wipe and I cleaned off all of my fallout. You definitely do have fallouts when you're working with blacks and dark colors. And that's what I'm showing you guys there. Hey guys, so I showed you how to do one eye. I finished my other eye off camera, and now we are going to finish working on the rest of the skin. Let me clean up my eye here real quick. It is bound to happen that you're gonna have tons of fallout when you're working with black. The best advice I can give you from personal experience is, when you're working with blacks or dark browns, first, always do your eyes first, and then layer, blend, layer, blend. If you go in, so what I was saying, if you go in with a lot of product at once, especially with dark colors, it's really hard to blend that out. It's easier to pack on, blend, add more, rather than take away if you added too much. So those are the two best advices I can give you. And I'm not gonna do any wing liner, because as you can see, my eyeshadow kind of created that wing already. So I'm not gonna add any wing eyeliner. But I know I look crazy. That's because I do, because I have no face makeup on. And I already did my eyebrows off camera, because that can take me a while. And guys, I already had applied my moisturizer. You guys know this is the e.l.f. Hello Hydration Face Cream, my favorite moisturizer. And now I applied that earlier because I wanted to let it sink into my skin. And now guys, I'm gonna go ahead and apply my primer. And for primer today, I'm going to be using, as per usual, it's very not typical of me whenever I try a new primer, because I know what I like, and if it's not broken, white fix it, right? So I'm going to use my e.l.f. putty primer. This is the original one. So I'm going to apply that. Alright guys, so for my primer, I did use the e.l.f. Cosmetics Poreless Putty Primer. You guys know this is my favorite primer. I go in between this one and the matte version, but my favorite from the two is the regular putty primer. I feel like the matte one, even though I'm oily, is too matte, almost to the point of being dry. And then I did use the Milano Make It Last setting spray as my pre-base primer as well. You can use water primer as your pre-base and also as your post base to set your whole look, but I like using it as both. Then I did take that e.l.f. sponge, and for this video I did try out the new Revlon Photo Ready Candid Natural Finish Anti-Pollution Foundation in the color 400 Macadamia. I need to try it at least once again, but first impression, I can't say that I'm crazy about this foundation. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not crazy about it just yet. Maybe I need to give it another chance and then I'll let you guys know. But yeah, I applied that foundation. I dotted it all over my face, and then I'm just blending it out with the Morphe Kabuki brush. This is, if you haven't already noticed, my favorite brush to apply foundation. And usually I like to apply my foundation with my brush, at least to get it, you know, in the most spaces of my face. And then I do like to go in with a sponge and go on top of it just to kind of remove any excess foundation that I may have, so that I get less of a cakey look. So that's what I'm doing. I mean, you saw that I did add a little bit more foundation of what was left over in my hand, but with a sponge, and if you use it properly, which is, you know, damp, it's gonna take away whatever your face doesn't really need. So yeah, and you guys see, I'm just checking to see how I'm liking the coverage on that foundation. The foundation is medium to buildable coverage. It's nothing too full, but you can certainly build it up. But I don't know that I like that. I don't know. I have to get back to you guys with that foundation. And then I did use for the first time as well the Juvia's Place concealer in the color 15. I have been obsessed with this concealer. It's like medium to full coverage. The only thing is that I think I picked up a color that's too similar to my skin tone, so I don't feel like it gives me the brightening effect that I usually like with my concealer and under eye area. So if anything, I have to pick up one shade lighter, and hopefully the shade lighter, the one that comes before this one, is kind of a yellow neutral tone, because I saw that they had a lot of pinky shades. So hopefully I'm able to find a color that I'm happy with, that's brightening but not pink, not too red, but more on the neutral yellow side. And if you see me here, I was watching something, so that's why I was laughing. So yeah, I'm blending that concealer in my under eye area, my T-zone, you know, my chin, a little bit between my eyebrows and forehead. So then I use the CoverGirl Trueblend Minerals Loose Mineral Powder in the color Banana 600. You guys know this is one of my favorite powders. It's very smooth, it's very brightening, and the best part of it is that it's very affordable. So yeah, whenever I am sticking to more drugstore products for my routine, I like to use that brightening shade. And if I'm doing a bit more of a longer lasting foundation routine and a more high-end kind of products, I would use the Fenty Beauty Banana powder. But for today, I did use the CoverGirl Trueblend powder, and I love that powder. Love it, 100 times recommended. And then guys, as my all over setting powder, I did use the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Satin Matte Powder Foundation in the color P9.5. I've been liking this powder foundation a lot. It's new to my collection, but I've been using it tons. It adds a bit more coverage to my face, and I feel like it's a good color for me. If anything, I could go one shade lighter, but this one, I make it work. And I really like that powder foundation. And guys, feel free to check out my Instagram. It is fit_Penelope23. I have a lot more content there. I have some beauty IGTV videos and some workout videos as well. So feel free to check it out. And then as you saw, I did dust off some of that under eye powder and the powder in the rest of my face. I was dusting it out, or dusting it off rather. And then I do go in with a big powder brush and just make sure I blend everything so it looks very seamless and cohesive. And then I do take a wipey and just wipe away any of the makeup that I get on my hair, because that is not a cute look at all. And then for my eyeliner, I did use my L'Oreal Voluminous Smoldering Eyeliner in the color Blackest Black. You guys know this is one of my favorite eyeliners. It's super black, super pigmented, and it's very long lasting. This business will not move until you end up taking it off at the end of the night. How many hours that is for you. It doesn't move for me or budge, so I love it. And then I'm curling my lashes with my, per usual, my Tarte eyelash curler. And then for bronzer, I was also trying out for the first time the Makeup Revolution Mega Bronzer in the color Warm, number 2. And I really like this bronzer. It's very warm. It's not neutral and it's not cool tone. It's more so on the red tone kind of bronzer, but I really like that. I like a red tone bronzy bronzer. I'm not so much into like cool tone bronzers. I don't feel like they suit my skin, but this one I liked it. And again, it was very long lasting. Or it might have been the Milano Make It Last setting spray that made it last all night. But yeah, I really like that bronzer. It's pretty cute. Pretty cute. I'm just blending that in my on the sides of my forehead, my cheekbones, my chin area, and my kind of like neck area. I don't like seeing any demarcations. And then I did take the color in that Melt Stack Matter eyeshadow stack in the color Unseen, and I used that as my nose contour. It was a really good color. It wasn't too dark or too cool or too warm. It was perfect for my nose. I did like it, so I used that as my nose contour kind of business. And again, I'm not a pro at contouring my nose, but you know, I'm getting there. And I was gonna do wing eyeliner. I was debating here if I should have done wing eyeliner, but honestly, my eyeshadow in the way that I cleaned it up made it look super sharp, so I didn't feel the need to use eyeliner. And then for the first time, I was also trying the Essence Lashes of the Day Super Volume Mascara in the color Black. It says super volume, but I feel like it gives me more length than volume. So I liked it, but it's not my favorite. I have yet to find a mascara that compares to my L'Oreal one in the pink tube that I'm always using, guys. That one gives me length and volume. Not crazy amount of volume, but it gives me good amount of volume and length. This one here, I like it, but I would have to use it in combination with something else, but because it only provides me with length, not so much volume. But it's cute. And all these new products that I'm mentioning, guys, I did get them at Ulta. I'm also waiting for my Ulta order to come in the mail, because I'm gonna be filming my what's new at the drugstore video for you guys for next week, but just waiting on that. And I did apply that Essence mascara in my top and bottom lashes. Again, not crazy about this mascara. I've definitely tried sort of better. but and I've also tried a worse, so it's not bad, it's just not my favorite. It's just, I don't think that I would repurchase, you know what I mean? Jelly bean. I'm so dorky, I'm sorry guys. And then I did end up taking the KKW brightening shade in the color 3, or in the shade 3 called Brighten, to brighten underneath my eyes, because I felt like with that concealer it was too similar to my skin tone. It didn't give me enough of a brightening effect, so I ended up using that KKW powder to set underneath my eyes and a bit in my T-zone to give me a bit more brightening effect. And then I was also trying for the first time the new ColourPop blush in the color Thanks for This Misters, I don't know. It's the Super Shock Cheek Matte blush, and I really like this blush. It's a cute color, it's cute, and I hadn't tried a ColourPop kind of bouncy product in a long time. I only have been using like their not foundation, their eyeshadows, and I hadn't tried anything for the face for a while. So yeah, it was a pretty good blush. Nothing crazy, you know, but it was good. And then I did take that same CoverGirl Trueblend Minerals in the color Banana to clean my my bronzer area and a bit under my chin, and in between my forehead and in between my nose. I felt like it was looking a bit too muddy and I wanted to clean it up a little bit, and I'm just dusting it off. And then I'm just buffing the rest of the powder into my face so that it gives me more of a seamless look. And then to set my eyebrows, I did use the Profusion Good Brow Day Tinted Brow Gel in the color Dark Brown. And I love this brow mascara. It's pretty good. I wouldn't say that it's, wow, my holy grail, but it's good. Most of the products that I used today, they were pretty good, with the exception of the foundation. I didn't feel like it made me look as flawless as I wanted it to be for a black smoky eye, but you know, makeup is trial and error. And you know, whatever works for me may not work for you, and whatever works for you may not work for me, so please take it with a grain of salt. And then for my lips, just wiping away some of the lip balm that I had. I don't like going in straight with lipstick and having lip balm on. I feel kind of, I don't like the feeling of it. So I tried for the first time. I didn't even notice that it was one of those ultra blooded lips when I got this ColourPop ultra blooded lip in the color Cypress Chill. I didn't notice that it was this kind of formula. I thought it was just a matte liquid lipstick that I was getting, but it wasn't, and you'll see me, I didn't really like it. This type of, I don't know, formula is not my vibe. The color is gorgeous, but I felt like it did clash a little bit with my black smoky eye, and on top of that, I didn't like, you know, that is a blotted lip. I expected something more pigmented. The color is gorgeous, but the formula is not my favorite, so I am gonna be returning that because I don't want it just sitting in my collection if I know that I'm not gonna use it. So I didn't like it, and I ended up taking it off. You know, I tried giving it a chance in the video, but I was like, nah, this is not my vibe. It's either go home, it's either go hard or go home, you know? And I was not crazy about it. So I ended up removing it. I went over my lips with the sponge that had some leftover powder just to conceal some of my lips. And I ended up going for a glossy lip. I did use the lifter gloss from Maybelline in the color 005 called Petal. I love these lip glosses. I have mentioned before that I love that they're super pigmented, but they're not too glossy. So they're cute, and I like this color. I feel like it looked pretty good. If I could go back, I would have definitely had lined my lips and then gone over the lip gloss, but you know, you live and you learn. And then I did take that Pixi duo in the color Delicate Glow. I took the gold color and I put that gold color in my inner corner to brighten up a little bit under my brow bone, to highlight there. I love, if you haven't already noticed, I love that Pixi duo. And then I did use that same gold highlighter to highlight the tip of my nose and my Cupid's bow. If you haven't noticed, I love gold highlighters. I feel like they fit my face a lot better. Thanks for watching, guys.